Where do all your problems come from? You'll probably say, well, it's the world, it's my mother, it's my father, it's my spouse, it's my boyfriend, my girlfriend, it's my job. In reality, all problems come from your own mind because your mind interprets everything. It interprets the information coming in through all five senses. It interprets the words. It interprets the reflection in which the words are spoken. It interprets the context in which things are received. So your mind is the source of all of your problems. Your mind creates all of the internal fear. It creates all of the internal worry. Think about this. Your mind causes you to worry. I want you to reflect in your life, and we all have. We've all had a time when we worried. Did it ever do any good? Not really. What really do you have control over in your life? I want you to really think about that. What do you really have control over in your life? The only thing is you. But for the most part, you really don't, because your mind is running rampant. It's running rampant because of the habits of thinking that we built over the years. And those habits of thinking were not ones that we consciously chose. They unconsciously developed. And so we really don't have any control of our lives, and we're running around and we're going, what can I do? What can I do? And then we go to the mind and we try to use the mind to fix it. Well, the mind doesn't know how to fix it. Because what you've got to do is you've got to sort of say to the mind, stop, you're not in control. The idea that you can change what's happening around you is one of the greatest illusions that we bought into. The fact of the matter is, things are always going to be happening around you. But it's your perception, it's how you think about them that have the greatest impact on you. The fact of the matter is, as I'm looking at you on my screen talking to you, I realize I'm not that 20-some-year-old guy anymore. I can see that in my face. And so I accept it. I don't fight it. People say, well, I've got to be younger. Let me tell you, don't try to be younger. I've seen people get plastic surgery. And I'm telling you, I'm not against it. But I'm seeing some people, it's destroyed who they are. They were once, I thought, naturally beautiful. And now they're not, in my opinion. Again, my mind is doing the judging. Be aware, all analysis is your mind controlling you. Be aware, all judgment is your mind controlling you. I'm aware of it, but yet I still do it because it's such a habit. It's a habit I'm seeking to get better at not doing. I'm seeking to create a better habit. But because my mind wants to judge me against what I've created, I'm going to beat myself up. In retrospect, don't ever judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Something happens, it's not what you want, I'll change it the next time that comes around. Let it go. That's the idea. Let the thoughts come in and go out. Now, there's a lot of good that the mind can do. What is that? It creates new things. It created the computer. It created the software in which I'm able to talk to you. That's the productive use of the mind. The question I ask is, how are you using your mind today to create something new? Or are you just into gossip, complaining, talking about the weather, judging things, wishing things were better, talking about insignificant things? Are those really useful ways of using the most powerful computer on the planet, your mind? I'm asking some big questions, some really deep questions. And you're the only one that can answer them, because I cannot answer a question for anyone else. I only know Lee, and I barely know Lee. I'm trying to get to know Lee. I'm trying to create the greatest Lee that ever existed, that could exist. And I am the only Lee that exists, because no one else has had my thoughts, like no one else has had yours. I can try to empathize with you and understand where you're coming from, but I'll never know. I've tested that with my wife, my sons, the people closest to me. And I realize they're just unique. And so I accept them as they are because it's all I can do. The second we think we can change someone, man, are we in it for a problem, because you can't change things. You can change yourself. And what can you change? How you think. How you think is where you focus your mind. Where you focus your mind is the life you create. When you get that and you start working with that on where you're focusing your thoughts, where you're focusing your mind, you become one of the few self-empowered people on the planet today. And there's no better time for you to do that, because we need you now more than ever. With that, it's a great day to be you. Make it so. Much love.